So many clips in such a long dry period in terms of progress. Still, the dry period can't last forever. Well, at least it didn't take me long to find a door to open in this clip. That's gotta be worth something. Right, so we've got something pretty well hidden here that we can't reach, but at least it's not blocking a main path or something. Followed by a massive chamber with a good number of doors inside of it. Well, we've got some more of those mostly invisible birds flying around. Not sure yet if that's going to be annoying or not in this area, though. Probably not the route the game designers intended, but it looks good to me. Okay, I have the distinct feeling we've been here before. And I also have the feeling the ice beam isn't doing enough damage to these turrets. Sure, it's getting them to stop shooting, but it's not making them go down in fewer hits, like with the lava serpents or flying pirates. Okay, I'm not even sure if it was worth it to blast those turrets in here. Sure, we didn't lose anything, but still. Anyway, it looks like Metroid still have that pesky weakness to the ice and missile combo. If anything, they're more fragile than they used to be. I suppose that pirates haven't fully gotten that out of their system yet. All they did was make the Metroids more vulnerable to conventional weapons instead of just that specific combo. And now you only need one missile when you manage that combo. That has got to be so embarrassing for their scientists that they ended up making these monsters weaker when they were explicitly trying to make them stronger. Anyway, it's pretty clear that continuing to go in that direction wasn't going to get us anything. Now to just figure out how to get to the other purple doors in this area. Well, this door certainly isn't gonna go in a direction for a place we've already been to. That's a promising sign, but then maybe our dry period is just making me grasp at anything that looks hopeful, even when it doesn't actually warrant me getting all that hopeful just yet. Well, the ice beetles can certainly take a beating, that's for sure. Another big chamber with a lot of doors in it. Right, so something else that needs an upgrade we don't have at the moment. Still, hopefully we'll be able to explore this room without the grapple beam. Well, there's a missile expansion at the bottom. So far in the bottom, in fact, that it's below the floor. And we probably have to melt it before we get to the thing. I guess that's what I deserve for expecting that to be a gimme. Entirely my fault. Ah well, we didn't lose anything with that drop, so let's see if we can reach either of the other doors in here without having to use the grapple beam. Well, I suppose I've been losing some time when I drop like that, but again, I'm not trying to do this game at an especially fast pace. Right, can't reach that door. And it doesn't look like I could reach the other door either. Right, back to fast forwarding because we're not getting anywhere at the moment. I'm just stubbornly trying to get to these doors when we officially can't, out of frustration to all the dead ends we've come across lately. Again, with the sheer amount of fast forwarding I've been doing, I might be able to get away with throwing in another bit of raw footage into this clip and still comfortably keep it under half an hour long. Means less clips in this LP overall, but still, really not helping my morale that we've had so long without actually gaining anything significant. Come on! Give me something that actually feels like progress in this clip. Something to sink my teeth into. Great! I can't even be bothered to be in any way concerned about the fish that was trying to attack us down here. Right! This supposedly promising bit of potential progress has turned out to be just another series of dead ends. Time to just get out of here. Okay, I'd prefer to get out of here via the direction that immediately took us to an elevator. Can't even say that I got turned around, I'm just falling asleep as I'm moving. Okay, kind of thought I was going to go for the elevator there. Right, what am I even doing shooting at this she-goth in here? Am I hoping that killing this thing will somehow reveal something that isn't here right now? I know I'm getting desperate, but why the hell would I be using so many energy attacks on something that absorbs all of our beams? Okay, so the super missiles certainly helped to end that faster, but I'm not sure just how much faster, since I don't know how durable that thing was generally. And unfortunately, after all that, we don't gain anything in this room. We just get a small number of missiles after we spent quite a few more missiles to kill that massive creature. Bloody hell, I've looked all over the place and we don't have any idea where to go from here. Every promising direction on the map requires things we don't have, and I have no clue if those things are in rooms we've already been in. Doesn't matter if we can unlock these doors if we don't know where to go after going through them. It's definitely a familiar feeling in this series, and it's never a pleasant one. Especially when it goes on for multiple clips. Even sped up, this kind of slowdown to progress makes coming up with commentary feel more like I'm pulling teeth. Right, let's just spider ball up instead of doing the whole water puzzle thing. I wouldn't call it a shortcut, but I feel in a lazy mood, and doing that puzzle again would be too much effort. Not entirely sure it was worth saving there, but hey, I definitely needed to put the game down for a while and come back fresh to deal with the frustration of not finding a way forward. Who knows? Maybe I looked at a walkthrough or something, since it seems like I'm lost on my own at the moment. Maybe not the most honorable way to make progress around here, but after this many clips, I'm going to feel it's kind of acceptable. Well, considering I was looking at the map again, I don't think I looked at a walkthrough. It looks like we're in for more random wandering and hoping I eventually get lucky, as usual. I just wish that I could see some vague goal that feels reachable right now, instead of just running around for the sake of eventually finding something. While there's a corner of this room we haven't quite gotten to yet, at least I don't think we have. I don't see how we can get over there with what we have right now. As much as I wish this was a case of me not giving myself enough credit, I also can't help feeling that for this game at least, skill is no substitute for having the right tools for the job. At least the 2D games, there felt like more of a chance to sequence break, assuming of course you had that level of skill. It's funny how I appreciate that more that we're in the 3D games, even though I did little to no sequence breaking in the 2D ones due to me lacking that very skill. Right. I seem to be heading in the same direction I gave up on in the previous bit of raw footage that's in this same damn clip. I don't know if that's a discouraging sign, or that it shows I know something different now, somehow. I should have looked up last time we were in here. How many times have I made that mistake in this LP? I know for sure that this isn't the first time I looked something up and found out the answer was right in front of me. At least it's less ridiculous than the time I thought that there was a wall we couldn't get around in Fusion, when I could actually just walk right through it. Hello there! Well, that was certainly better at dodging our ice beam shots than the rest, but you've still got to stop for a steadier shot sometime. Right, another door further down. And it looks like we need the grapple beam to find our way further up. Oh, please, don't tell me this other door requires us to have the gravity suit. Good. Was worried there for a moment. I'd ask how a creature made entirely of electricity can exist underwater, but again, this isn't typically a franchise where you really question why enemies end up in various places. You just evade or destroy them on a case-by-case basis. Right, another cave where we need to bring parts of the ceiling down to make progress. At least I know what to look for this time. Doesn't look like there's anything else for us to shoot down from here. And of course we're taking some damage from the dampers that we can't see properly, because this is another clip full of annoyances apparently. Well, those tentacles look like they're going to be more troublesome than the ones we've seen before now, and it's making me all the more curious about what's on the other end of this path. Probably says something about how punch-drunk I am at this point, that the mental image of a tentacle just slapping Samus in the ass makes me chuckle a little. Intellectually, I know it's not actually all that funny, but this far on I'll grab whatever humor I can come across. Okay, maybe it has something more to do with the fish that I'm trying to skip past than the tentacles. You're kidding me! So it was underwater, but it had no boss fight to go through to make this important upgrade feel all the more satisfying to grab? And does this mean that the whole boss fight underwater to get the gravity suit that we would have appreciated during said fight isn't gonna be until the next Metroid Prime game? Dear God. Does it say something about how forgettable I end up finding some supposedly important things in this game that I'm at least partially expecting things from the next game to be what happens here? I suppose I should feel glad we got it, but I couldn't help noticing that it only mentioned that we'll be able to go through water without much trouble anymore. Nothing about being able to go through lava with little trouble, or anything about the suit saying we can take less damage per hit. I suppose that makes sense, since it's not like this game gives us some especially brutal enemies to deal with, or any paths that are under the lava we have to go under, but still, I can't help feeling a bit miffed that one of the big upgrades that we've been looking forward to has been notably downgraded for this game, but it is still so damn necessary. Guess there's no jumping around needed for this next storm. Again, really wish I could give a damn about enemies damaging us by quite a bit, but when's the last time we've been worried about getting killed via combat? I suppose I should be grateful that among the things the gravity suit does is make the underwater things look more clear. Maybe that means there's other things that the game doesn't outright say that make this suit more impressive than just an absolutely necessary ability to reach the doors we need to go through. Okay, it seems to be a bit random if the ice or wave beams will do anything to these fish. Does it have anything to do with the angle I'm hitting them from? The timing of the shots? Or is there something else that I'm just not seeing here? Right, just going to fast forward for a little bit here. We've seen this chamber before, and I have no clue why I pulled out the scanner in a familiar room with familiar enemies. Right, that takes care of those two. Now to travel through a lot more familiar ground until we save, then travel through some more as we get to one of the points where I was stopped specifically because we didn't have the gravity suit just yet. Part of me is very tempted to say this is a sign that we're going to be making a lot more progress in the next clip, but then I felt the same way just after we got the ice beam. That sort of, roadblock just after getting something makes it really hard to feel hopeful when you get something that should be pretty major. Yeah, maybe I'm just too much of a pessimist. And finally I go down this elevator that we've passed by quite a few times in this clip. And there's our save point.